A lot of people don't know that there are options to closing down our store and having a VIP experience here. We have so many dresses here. We have like almost 450.
If you know someone that's getting engaged for the holiday, then you can give this to them like after, like if it's a surprise for them, obviously, but you know they're getting engaged, you can give this to them as their engagement gift. As a retail shop, you have to be ready for the season, and we have to be ready for the Thanksgiving weekend. That's the Miracle on Main. So if anyone watches us, please come down and visit us on Saturday. They have a Christmas parade in the morning. It's so cute. They have like floats and Santa and elves, and the princesses are here, and it's like a huge big parade. Wherever you're bigger, it's to balance out the other part of that so that it gives the illusion of the hourglass
shape.
So
for like, I mean, if we're talking bridal, an inverted triangle would look phenomenal in something that was, you know, cinched at the waist and then poofs out on the bottom like an A-line or a ball gown, because then you have that tiny waist and it gives you that hourglass.
Yeah, to look sexy is a mindset. It's not, I think it just depends on how you feel. If you feel sexy, you're going to come across as sexy.
100%.
Like people that are like in other shops have been like, well, you shouldn't call them plus size. Well, hello. We're plus size. Like, where? I don't think plus size is a bad term.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. You know,
because
it's
like you said, it's a way of finding, like, it's using the resources to find what you need. Life is too short to be worried about what everyone's going to say about you, and, you know, worrying about, oh, can I wear this, or is this going to like come across as like, you know, offensive to people because they don't think I should be wearing it. Screw them.
I couldn't go like where everyone was shopping at, like Contempo Casual, or like, and I'm really dating myself here, so
I don't even know what that is.
Pants Place. If there's anybody
Pants
that wants,
that's what it was called.
Yes, 579. So these were like cute stores that had the cutest clothes ever, and my friends were wearing them, and I could not finish them.
You have to stay tuned because we have a lot of fun stuff coming.
And on that note, I need a pillow and a blanket. Tea and my PB&J. Are we going home early?
I don't know. You're the boss.
All right.
I'm ready.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome back.
Episode.
Welcome back. Sorry, I'll let Curinne handle it.
Listen, every one of us can be.
Okay. All right. I'll put in my place.
Okay, so welcome to another episode of
Brides, Booze, and Boobs.
No booze again today.
That's all right.
And I don't have my boobs out. Do you?
No.
We're all covered up. We're being very modest today.
I guess we are.
Yeah.
It's a Monday, though. It's a modest Monday.
I'm tired.
Oh my god, a cute dog outside.
Oh god.
I am tired too. Every morning I wake up now with like these big bags under my eyes.
Same.
The eye roll.
Because I'm too tired to like even like, I'm exhausted.
I have to say I got 9 hours of sleep last night.
9 hours
I went to bed at 11 and woke up at 8.
Wow.
Yeah, when Justin's not home, I sleep very well.
I feel like if I would have slept consecutively through the night instead of every time I tossed or turned, I woke up, I feel like I went to sleep at like probably like 11 and woke up at 6. Well, that's only 7 hours still. Yeah. That's not enough. But that's the most I'll ever sleep.
Really? Last night, for some reason, I mean, I kind of know why. It's my time of the month, and I just, like, always need some extra sleep. I've been, like, a little bit crazy, too, with, like, running around doing stuff, so I feel like I needed the 9 hours, but...
9 hours is good.
Yeah. Maybe too much, some would argue. It's like a baby. Do babies sleep that much?
Yeah, they sleep, like, 12 hours.
If you ask my mother, she would tell you I always loved my sleep.
Yeah, so did Gianna. If I put Gianna to sleep at 8, she woke up at 8. If I put her to sleep at 9, she woke up at 9.
Yeah, my mom was always like, you wanted naps all the time. If I'm ever cranky, just put me to bed.
Babies usually can sleep 12 hours at a certain age, and then it goes, as they get older, it goes down.
Yeah.
But even when Gianna was in kindergarten, I would put her to sleep at 7. And she'd get up at like 6 o'clock. She had to be at work. She had to be at work. When she was in kindergarten, she had a job already.
I wouldn't put it past her, honestly.
Well, this is true.
She's a workaholic.
She is. She's awesome, though. She's a good kid.
She is.
All right, so what are we talking about today? Should we just dive right into it?
Let's dive right in.
Yeah, so we're all decorated pretty much for the holidays. We have...
Some would argue it's too early for decorating.
That's okay, because, well, here's the thing. We can't, as a retail shop, you have to be ready for the season. And we have to be ready for the Thanksgiving weekend. That's the Miracle on Main. So if anyone watches us, please come down and visit us on Saturday. They have a Christmas parade in the morning. It's so cute. They have like floats and Santa and elves and the princesses are here, and it's like a huge big parade right down Main Street. And then they have the ice skating. It's like a fake ice skating rink thing.
Oh, that's adorable.
It's really cute. And then they have a gingerbread house making. And then the nighttime, the streets close down in the morning, then it opens, and then at night it closes down from 5 to 9 for the Miracle on Main. And there's like ice sculptures in the street, and there's like all sorts of vendors, and there's reindeer and Santa. It's like a really cool thing. They hand out like the little candle cups, and then they have the tree lighting, and everyone should come down because it's really awesome. And you can get a lot of cool stuff from the shops and the vendors.
I'm sad I'm going to miss it.
But yeah, you're now you missed 2 festivals in a row.
That's so awful of me.
It really is. Like, they're usually mandatory, so I don't know what I'm doing here wrong.
Thanksgiving is an important holiday for me.
Yeah.
It's the only holiday I care about. Just kidding.
Yeah, Thanksgiving is on Thursday. I'm just kidding. It's fine, though, because me and Gianna will be here, so... but that's why we have the store has to be decorated before that.
Yes, which makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. It needs to be decorated and, all set for the holidays. But that brings us to our holiday gift ideas.
Well, yeah, not only the gift ideas, but we have different appointment types, which I don't think many people know about yet.
No. You should explain it to them.
Okay. Really, me?
I mean, I don't know them, so.
So, we have so you could come in for your normal 90-minute appointment. You'll be paired with a stylist the whole time. It's still very one-on-one, the experience. But a lot of people don't know that there are options to closing down our store and having a VIP experience here. So we have the one, it's the what's it called?
The little package is the Boozy Bride.
The Boozy
Which just
Bride.
gives you like champagne for the entire appointment, which is nice because usually we'll pop the champagne at the end and then you get a bottle. Mm-hmm. But in this case, you can have the champaign for the appointment.
The entire appointment. Yeah. Not only that, but mimosas and stuff too.
Yeah, mimosas. So it's nice because it closes down the store, right?
Closing down the store.
Yep.
This one isn't available on weekends though. It's only during the week.
Only during the week, this one.
Yeah.
Because of the...
We just have a lot of appointments on weekends, so we don't want to take the opportunity away from another bride.
Exactly.
Because we do have this stylist for several brides on the weekend, but during the week, there's not as many people that want to come in, so we're able to do more VIP things then. And then the next package we have is...
That's the blushing bride. And that's the upgraded bar cart.
Upgraded bar cart. So you'll still have the bar cart with the Boozy Bride. But with this one, you'll have like a charcuterie board. We'll do meats, cheeses. You'll have a ton of snacks and stuff for your whole 90-minute appointment. So the difference between the two packages is the one is $150, still closed down the store. You can have a maximum of 8 guests with you, which is better than the 3 guests on a normal appointment. But the Boozy Bride's $150. The what's the other one? The Blushing Bride is $300. And those are 2 really good options.
Yeah, and then you have, if you really want to do the bougie bride.
If you are really bougie, and I'm talking like, I'm very bougie, so I wish someone did this for me when I was picking out a dress. But you would do the bougie bride, which we would have hair and makeup come in, do your hair and makeup for you for when you try on.
Yeah, so you'd come in probably like an hour before your appointment.
Yeah, just an hour before the appointment, before your guests arrive. Mm-hmm. We'll do your hair and makeup, and then we'll even tape your boobs so that you can see what you would look like the day of. It's pretty much like having your hair and makeup trial and then trying on a bunch of dresses.
Yeah.
And then we would close the whole store down. This you can do on a weekend too. You can have up to 10 guests, and instead of, having them everywhere in the back where we normally do our fitting area, you can come up here. We bring the platform up here. Everyone can sit on these benches, and it's a whole moment, if you really want to be like that extra. Again, you'd have the charcuterie board, the whole bar cart, lots of different options with champagne and stuff.
Yeah, it's nice because you have like literally the whole store. I mean, you get this whole store for all of these, but the last one is nice because you really get that like personalized.
It's very intimate, and you also get 2 hours instead of 90 minutes on that one.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry. The people outside distracted me.
I know. They're looking at her.
What are they looking at?
I don't know. Something in our windows. She really thought it was cute.
She did. She really thought that was cute. But yeah, they're like really great for girls that like want that like really personalized experience.
I wish I did it because like, okay, for me, I wanted to have my hair blown out the morning of. I wanted to do my makeup nice. I didn't because it was just like, ugh, like I have to run around to all these different places than when I was trying to already get to my appointment.
Right.
But to have everything here in one package, I think that's incredible.
Yeah.
I would 1,000% have done it. And not only that, like if you don't want to buy it for yourself, if you're a mom or a
grandmother, or godmother,
aunt, and you're like, she deserves this experience. Like she, you know,
it's a great gift idea.
We have so many dresses here. We have like almost 450.
If you know someone that's getting engaged for the holiday, then you can give this to them like after, like if it's a surprise for them, obviously, but you know they're getting engaged, you can give this to them as their engagement gift.
Because when I got engaged, I have so many duplicate gifts. I have like his and hers mugs.
I have like 1,000
I have 1,000
picture
of the
frames
same
that
one.
say engaged, and I'm just like, none of them are up.
Yeah, well, because you're only realistically, you're only engaged for what, a year, 2 years maybe?
Yeah.
Some people aren't. I mean,
some people are more.
But
I was like 18 years. It's fine.
Paul.
Damn it, Paul.
No, but I mean, I think it's just more of that like specialty gift. I really love that if you're gonna give something for the holidays.
Yeah. Speaking of gifts too, like we were just saying, like all those little gifts that they get people, like you get like so many like duplicates and things like that from people that it would be nice to have something more personalized for them.
Yeah. And not only that, but you can also get like we have bridal robes here. You could do something personalized.
Yeah,
I think that's always special.
Sweatshirts, not slippers. That would be weird.
You know what I had intentions of making for me and Justin, but I never did?
What is it?
I wanted to make an embroidered sweatshirt of like the scenery and our outline from when he proposed.
Oh my God, that's so adorable.
Right? I think I need to finish that. I started the project and never finished it because he proposed on the top of like my favorite ski mountain. Right. So I could have the mountains in the background and then him on one knee.
Oh, wow.
And his snowboard in the background, my skis in the background.
Cute.
I think that's adorable. And I think if like...
How do you make the little people?
It's all like on my computer. Like I draw it out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cute.
And then I program my embroidery machine to do exactly what I design on there.
Wow. That's adorable.
Yeah, so if you could find personalized gifts like that, I think it's so much better than just like a picture frame.
Yeah.
Or just like cash.
The glasses, bride.
Yeah, I mean, I'll always accept cash, but...
I mean, who doesn't like cash?
Especially
but
when
again,
you're
like you could do that too.
Wedding.
If you know someone's engaged and hasn't looked for their wedding dress yet, you can give them gift cards to the bridal shop. Mm-hmm. So this is your Christmas present. I want to give you $100 or whatever it is, $50, $200, $500, whatever you decide to do. But you can say, here's a gift card. So would you have gift cards and stuff like that? And they can use it for anything. They can use it for the booby bar.
Yeah.
They can use it for accessories, veils, all sorts of stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. T-shirts.
T-shirt.
I almost feel like though, if you are like the mother of the bride or the mother of the groom, or
a cute little bridal bag.
That's such a cute gift to give. Is like
they're
the
great
package.
For stocking stuffers. I feel like how adorable. I want a bride T-shirt.
I wish like my mom or my mother-in-law was like, I booked this package for you for this bridal boutique. We're gonna go. You're gonna have your hair and makeup done, and we're gonna look at the dresses. We have 2 hours,
and it's
very low key, casual.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah,
I think that's like the best gift to give if you know of someone who's getting engaged, like who's that close to you. Yeah. I wouldn't give it to a random friend.
Well, that's weird.
But
could you imagine?
Just saying.
By the way, here's this. But if it's someone in your party that's, like the...
Yeah, like a maid of honor, a sister. Oh my God, yeah.
Brother.
That's one, like, that is such a magical way.
The
that's a magical way to kick off, like, your engagement. You're like, oh my God. Although, to be fair, you don't really want to start browsing dresses until you have a venue. But it's a good option. You know what I'm saying?
But she doesn't have to use it. She can find the venue first and use it. Like, they don't expire, so...
True.
You know what I mean? So, like, she doesn't necessarily... Like, if she gets it for her as a gift, it's like, okay, great. Now I know that I'm going to go there.
Yeah, true.
So it's nice. It's a good option.
Well, for example, I mean, I had an aunt come in this morning who was like, tell me about booking an appointment here. Like, she had just seen us on the street and walked in and was like, I have a couple questions. And she ended up booking the VIP appointment for her niece who's coming up for Thanksgiving weekend. Because she's not going to be here.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It was the day after Christmas, I'm sorry. That was a different
okay.
appointment. So she's coming the day after Christmas, VIP appointment.
I hope that girl doesn't watch.
Well, she knows she has an appointment. She just doesn't know it's VIP.
Oh, now she does.
I don't even know if she knows about us.
I'm just messing with you. Like, now she does. You blown up this girl's spot.
She's not even from here, which I love too. So she's coming up for the day
after
Christmas.
You did say that earlier. She's not from...
She's from like Virginia or something.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So she is just coming up for the holidays. She knows that her aunt made the appointment because her aunt had me put her email under so she could fill out the interview. But she was like, don't tell her that it's VIP. Because she was like, how many guests can come? She was like, I think we want 5 people. And I was like, oh, well, you know, the space is really quite small. So if you want to squeeze in, it's not very comfortable. And it makes it, I'll say, it makes it very challenging when the stylist is trying to floof out the train and you have more than 3 guests there because everyone's crammed in together. You can't really see the dress. It just gets very overwhelming. You might as well have that VIP appointment where we could spread out. You can utilize the whole store, you know, and we have enough stylists here that like you can, you know, it's like hand and foot catering.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, so what else are we talking about today?
I don't know. Check the list.
Is there a Oh, that's it. There's nothing.
That was it. That was all. That's all, folks. We're out.
We're out.
Bye.
See you later. Mic drop. I don't know where to...
Curinne and I were sitting here all morning, like, what is something that we can talk about that...
Well, we realized that the last one, people liked the story.
Well, yes, because everyone wants to hear the
drama
of, you know, people who walk past our store and are like, oh, glorifying obesity now, stuff like that. But to be honest, that doesn't happen all that often.
I mean, it happens more than it should, though.
Yeah, more than it should, yes. But it's not like every time we come on.
It's not like every single day that something like someone walks by, but it does happen more often than I would care to admit.
Yeah,
because it's annoying. It's like
annoying.
we talked about this last week. We'll just go watch the last podcast. But the point was that everyone has an opinion.
Everyone does always have an opinion, but that's all right.
Yeah.
What are we going to do about it?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Like you said last week, there really isn't too much that we can, like...
Yeah. I think try not to let it affect you.
Yeah, like, don't
as much as you can. Be like, okay, they're projecting their own insecurities onto what I'm going through, and leave it at that.
Yeah. I typed in plus-size controversies.
Oh, God, I can't wait. Tell me.
I just want to say, so this one list, it says what plus-size women should never wear.
Oh.
Yeah, should not wear.
Tell me.
This says clothing that's baggy or shapeless. So basically don't wear a potato sock, I'm thinking, is what that means. Because right now, aren't like boyfriend jeans like in and stuff like that baggy look?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I've seen many plus-size women wear them.
Right?
And it looks great.
How strange is that? Okay, ill-fitting anything. But I feel like that
goes for anyone.
I feel like that's anybody, right?
I don't care what size you are. If you are a size 00 and you're wearing something that doesn't fit you right.
I know.
No.
These are so funny, by the way. Wait. The next one is pointy toe shoes.
Why?
I don't know. It doesn't give you reasons as to why. Like, why you shouldn't wear these things. Well, here, hold on. I'm actually going to click on this
evil
and see.
Man on his computer.
The person that wrote this is actually like a plus-size blogger, so I'm really...
so
here's
this is
the
like
pointy
serious.
toe shoe thing. This is a serious thing.
This isn't like...
Which I don't know if this is a
joke?
joke or what. And I have tons of pointy toe shoes. All right, so let's find out what this girl says. It says, these are one of the hottest trends that have been the favorite toe shape for many women, regardless of age, group, or body type. It is true that pointy toe shoes can effectively elongate your legs and make you appear taller. Okay. However... It says if you have generous curves, especially if you have thicker legs and ankles, pointed toe shoes can easily look out of balance on you. Really?
So you're saying I'm not supposed to elongate my legs because
I'm not
curvier?
Sure.
Am I supposed to
go
draw
with the rounded toe
away?
shape that these are one of the best shoes for curvy women with thick calves and ankles, as they are much more in harmony with your body and the sharp edges of the pointy toe.
Ew, what?
First of all, I'm a shoe whore, so like none of this makes sense to me because I'll just wear whatever shoes I want to wear. I've never heard this before, and I've
never heard this either. Also, are you trying to tell me that pointy toe shoes? Are you telling me skinny girls are pointy, and that like skinny girls are also like curvy? Does anyone else want
to if you want to weigh in on this, please comment.
I'm like very confused just because like just because something's pointy, like, I don't think, like...
I don't know. I've
like, never heard that ever.
All right, so I never heard of this, but let's go on to the next one, because this is a really good one. I'm skinny, tight clothing. So it says that curvy women should, or plus-size girls, which we'll get to that in a minute, too, because there was a comment... Someone asked about the word plus size. It says, use caution when you wear anything tightly fitted. This is not to say that you should stay away from skinny jeans or bodycon dresses altogether, but this means you want to be selective with the item and be strategic about how you style them. If you like skinny jeans, opt for a more voluminous top, which can balance out the tighter jeans and create a more slimming silhouette overall. So if I wear skinny jeans, basically I have to wear a bigger top, is what she's saying. I shouldn't wear tight top with tight jeans. You shouldn't wear
tight. It has to be one or the other.
But, like, what about when I come to work and I wear, like, my cute little, like a tighter top with, like, my skinny pants? Like, that's no good. So I can't wear that with, like, a belt.
That's a big fashion no-no, apparently. I disagree.
I disagree, too. It says, for example, you may be a plus-size girl with a muffin top. I'm going to give her... I got a couple banana nut muffins right here. In that case, look for ruching details if you are in the mood for form-fitting dresses.
Okay, so ruching, the definition...
I like ruching.
The definition of ruching is that it's going to, you know, kind of...
It's like camouflage
areas of your body that you're not comfortable with, which is, like, a known fact that's, like, known in the fashion industry. That's what ruching is there for.
I'm still stuck on my banana nut muffin comment. Anyway, go on.
Some people just like... the ruching look of it. It doesn't necessarily mean it has to camouflage anything.
I have a couple of dresses that are form-fitting, like bodycon dresses that have the ruching to the side, and they're very pretty. Like I probably have like 2 or 3 of them. Very, very pretty dresses. But I'm not going to make all my clothes that every time I want to wear something.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. Like, this dress has no ruching. It's just a straight chest. Would it look better with ruching? I don't know. Maybe it would hide my belly that, like, hangs. But you know what, though? I had a baby. Like, this is never going back to what it was before. Okay, the next one is clothes that don't suit your shape. As women, we all have different body types and shapes. A big don't for plus-size women is wearing clothes that don't suit your unique body shape. I mean, listen, we kind of tell the girls that, like, that too. Like, apple shapes look better in certain dresses. Pear shapes look better. Hourglass look better in certain other ones. Like, I get it. But I still, at the end of the day, feel like there's girls, like, that we watch on Instagram that are apple shaped that I'm like, okay, if she feels comfortable, why not wear it?
Exactly.
I think that something should be...
It's one thing to give...
flattering on you.
Yeah. It's one thing to give tips, though, on, like, okay, as a curvy woman, this is what I feel doesn't work for me. But that's not to say that it's not going to work for everyone. No?
I mean, I don't know. It's not gonna work for everybody.
No, but I think that's up to every individual.
It's an individual decision. Well, that's what I'm saying, too. Like, with the apple. Like, I feel like there's certain things that they say, well, as an apple shape, you shouldn't wear this. But I also feel like if you feel confident enough to wear it...
Yeah, then do it.
If you have that confidence, I say rock it. This says only wear black. While it's true that black is... That's a problem, because we like... But that's a...
wear black?
No, it says... I think she's saying don't only wear black.
Oh my God.
While it's true that black is arguably the most slimming colors, plus-size women should think black is the only choice for a curvy woman. An old-style rule some time ago for plus-size women was to avoid wearing clothing that's bright in color or light in color. That rule is no longer a rule. I don't disagree with that. I don't think you should only wear black. Either. We wear black because it's... Well, first of all, I love black. That's number one. But we wear it because we wear it to work and stuff like that. But even when I go out...
a professionalism thing. We don't always wear only black to work, but I think it looks best. Like, you know who the bridal stylist is, you know. I
just like wearing black. I just like it. Like, I always... But I have other colors. Like, but I'm very much like a neutral. I don't want anything crazy.
Yeah, my roommate in college used to make fun of me because every time we went shopping, I wouldn't pick out colorful things. I would just pick out neutrals and, like, the black clothes. Just because it's what I'm most comfortable. I'm happy with it. I feel like I look the best in it, so...
I'm not going to lie to you. This girl is far from plus size. She's on the cusp of mid-size at best. So I don't know who this chick is, but whatever.
That's why you hear things like muffin top.
Yeah. Tiny prints. A lot of style rules can be broken.
Prints.
So yeah. The scale of your prints you wear is one rule that can make a big impact for plus size women. It's generally best to avoid prints that are really small and tiny in their scale. The problem with those small prints is that they can look off and sometimes look lost when worn on the body instead. How old is this? This has to be from 2012. Like, what's going on? Date. Well, I'll just go through really. It says don't use tiny handbags. That's bullshit.
Tiny handbags.
I have no idea. Waiting to lose weight to enjoy style. I do agree with that. Like, you shouldn't have to wait to lose weight.
Apparently, it's all over the headlines lately that heroin chic.
Oh, Jesus.
Is in again.
What? We're talking about, like, Kate Moss, like, back in, like, the early 90s.
Like, have you seen the Kardashians now? They're trying everything they can to be as teeny tiny as they physically could possibly be.
I'm not here for it.
I'm not either. I thought we were done with that.
I'm done with it. I feel like
the low-rise jeans.
So wait, so you're saying that but she has a caboose. So what is it not there anymore? Did she get rid of her butt?
I feel like it's just a matter of like she doesn't want any pudge on her at all. She literally wants to be as tiny, as physically like dainty and tiny as physically possible for her body, to the point where it looks sickly, which is hence heroin chic, because it is sickly.
Are we done with them yet?
I am.
I never really watched the Kardashians, the show. I think I've seen one episode and I didn't see it straight through. I've always seen them like on the news. I know who they all are, because how could you not, unless you live in a mayonnaise jar.
I think back with the mayonnaise jar.
We're back in the mayonnaise jar in a mustard bottle.
I think, can we stop categorizing like what our bodies are supposed to be and like the trends? Like, why does my body have to fit into a trend? Like, at one point, it was the big butt, so everyone was like, oh, I want a big butt. Like, I want to do everything I can to get a big butt.
People were literally putting pads in their pants.
Yes. And then like now everyone who, like, say you got, like, a, surgery for your butt, now everyone's like, heroin chic is in.
No.
So then what? Like, so what? You're supposed to change your body to conform to society's, like, wants and desires every time the trend changes, every 10 years?
Well, that's what happens.
It's terrible.
Yes.
Can we just be ourselves?
I don't think that, and this is just me, I don't know. I don't think the plus size movement is really over. I think that they're just getting started with this. So I don't know if that heroin chic thing is really gonna, maybe it will. Maybe it'll pop off.
I think right now it's just celebrities.
Did you read that article about Jennifer Aniston? I have to read the article, but I just read the headline about her saying that there really are no celebrities. Was basically what she was saying. What? Like, there really no, like, because it's so difficult now with all the influencers and TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that. Like, there's no real movie stars anymore. I don't know. I have to read the whole article. If anybody read it, again, chime in on the bottom.
I mean, I can list a couple movie stars that I really like.
Yeah, but, like, I don't know if they have as much clout as they did at one time.
Yeah, because now it's like everyone holds this sort of, like, fame just from being like TikTok famous.
Right, like a movie star was like someone that like really worked at their craft. They were really great at acting, actresses, whatever.
Now you
it was.
Could just be like that lifestyle.
Someone's
influencer.
Like jumping up and down on TikTok with like a filter, and now they're they're famous too. So this brings me to the next question on here because it's really interesting. It says, "Is plus size okay to say?" And I really want people's opinions on this. Like, I really, really, really want to know what you prefer, because we did have someone comment one day in one of the group chat things about how that they should really start changing the word to like curvy.
I remember having this conversation with you.
We did.
And I was like...
we wanted to have it on the podcast, and then we weren't able to do it at that time.
I personally don't think there's anything wrong with plus size. Do you?
No. And I'm plus size. When I go online and I search something, I write...
plus size.
Okay, so like for wedding dresses. So I'll go online and I'll type in plus size wedding gowns, because I'm looking for a plus size wedding gown. Where can I find plus size wedding gowns? I'm not necessarily going online and typing curvy bridal dresses, because who's using that?
Yeah.
And as a plus size woman, I'm looking for
because you're looking for exactly that.
Right. Like people that are like in other shops have been like, well, you shouldn't call them plus size. Well, hello. We're plus size. Like, where? I guess they're saying like not to label it, maybe?
Yeah.
Like, they don't want to be labeled plus size. This says, while plus size is generally accepted as a fashion term, it has proven to be othering to many people. What?
Othering?
I swear to God, it's in quotes. Does it not say that? Because I don't have my glasses on. Does that say that, right?
It does say that.
Most of us have experienced shopping with friends and have to go to another section or floor to find plus size clothing.
That sucks, first of all.
I mean, yes, it does suck. Like, if I'm looking at a shirt, I want to just go through the rack and be like, oh, here's my size. I don't want to have to be down in the basement. So if you have that, I'm probably not shopping at your store.
Do you remember, like, mall days when you used to go to the mall with your friends and everyone would be there and you'd be shopping. I can't ever imagine not shopping with my friends and being like, I have to go somewhere else. Sorry, I can't fit into any of these.
So when I first started, because at that time it wasn't like cute to be curvy when I started like gaining weight, right? So you're talking about like a senior in high school, but I really started gaining more of my weight at that point and like in my like early 20s, and then I had lost a bunch of weight and it was fine. So but when I started shopping, I was like, where am I gonna go? I didn't know about places like Lane Bryant and stuff like that, and then I found Lane Bryant. But it was a little bit of an older, more mature look. But that's fine. But at this time, they started to shift a little bit in those years. I would go to the mall. I would go to Express because I would buy like a pair of shoes or something really cute that I knew that I could fit into in Express, or like an oversized sweater. Then I would walk my butt over to Lane Bryant, buy jeans, whatever I needed, tuck the Lane Bryant bag into my Express bag, and then walk through the mall.
Oh my god.
No, it's fine. I'm not like upset about it. Like, you don't have to shed tears or shit. But I'm just saying, because it was like, I don't want people to see me going to Lane Bryant. Yeah. True story. Terrible. Right?
And look at where we are now. A whole freaking bridal boutique.
Yeah, like how weird is that? Yeah, every time.
And I loved it too because to go into a plus size place.
And it was older, and I was like in my 20s, so like the women in there were like older than me, and I was just like, oh god, but I really needed like a pair of jeans. Like I needed like an 18 at that time. So I was like, I have to go. Where you could get 18 in the stores, it was like in the women's section, and I was like, I don't really want to go over there. Or they were just like the ugliest jeans ever.
I remember when I was a kid, like 4 or 5, and I was like, my mom used to always shop at Kohl's. And
Kohl's. That wasn't around when I was in my 20s,
oh my God,
I don't think. Or not here, anyway.
I was terrified to get older because I didn't want to be banned to shop at Kohl's. I hated the clothes there.
Yeah.
I was like, Mom, this is disgusting. Get me out of this store. But, yeah.
Yeah. I remember going to Smith Haven Mall and like walking. It was Lane Bryant was right outside of Macy's, and I would come into Macy's and literally like run into Lane Bryant. Because I didn't want. And then Torrid opened like years later, and still, even after that, I was like, oh god, I have to go into the store. And it was like you just didn't want to. I don't know. Yeah, so that's how weird is that? And now it's like I have my own. I'm in a plus size store every single day.
I love that though. Yeah,
I kind of love that too. Like, who knew that maybe I knew.
How old were you? Senior in high school at that time?
No, at that time I was still shopping in the department stores like Macy's and stuff like that. But it was still hard. Like I couldn't go like where everyone was shopping at like Contempo Casual or like, and I'm really dating myself here, so
I don't even know what that is.
Pants Place.
So.
If there's anybody
Pants
that
Place?
That's
what it was called?
Yes. 579. So these were like
Pants
cute
Place.
stores that had the cutest clothes ever, and my friends were wearing them and I could not fit into them. So I was still shopping in like Macy's and stuff like that. There were some things that I could get in those stores, but it was very difficult when everyone would be buying. And I wasn't a big girl.
Well, when you were younger.
But I didn't know how to dress. So mostly t-shirts and jeans, because I honest to God did not know how to dress.
Well, because you were saying that too. Like your whole family is like teeny tiny.
Right. I did not know, out of 14, I did not know how to dress myself in the way that I can, now later on in life.
When you were a kid, did you feel like you were the only person of your size, or there were other girls too? Or was it rare?
No, I probably saw myself bigger than I was. Mm-hmm. And because like I wore baggier clothes, like if you look at some of the pictures like from like high school and stuff, I'm always in like t-shirts and jeans or something, so it's very difficult for you to see, but like I think I presented bigger because, or then like if you see me in a picture in like my junior prom dress, you're like, what are you, like a 10 here or 12? You know what I mean? So like in my head, of course, like all the other girls in school were much smaller than me. I mean, a couple of the girls weren't, but my close friends, like one of my closest friends, she was a tall, thin girl, like tiny thing. She used to wear the cutest stuff, and I was like, yeah, I can't wear that. But I wasn't big at that time. I just thought that I was bigger than I was. Were you? At that time, like in junior high school, I was like a 7. And then as I got into like high school, by the time I was probably as a senior, I was probably like a 16, 18.
Okay.
But thinking I'm much bigger in my head than I was.
Yeah.
I didn't really gain the weight until I became like a senior.
Yeah.
Because I have pictures in high school that I was probably like maybe like a 12, a 10.
Yeah.
And to me that was huge.
Yeah. I was just going to say, for me though, like I always was like the size 12.
Yeah.
Consistently size 12. And then, I would go through bouts of like being really skinny, like losing all this weight and being healthy, where I would be a size 6.
No, see, I never did lose the weight.
My body's happy at a 12.
Yeah.
I think. I just think like my body's happy there, and that's okay. But when I was a kid, I thought that was the end of the world. I was like, oh my God, I'm a 12. And usually when I would, back then, shopping in the malls, 12 was like the biggest pant size and all like the PacSun when I would go shopping with my friends. So I knew when I would go to the store, I'd have to pick up the whole thing of jeans and go to the one on the bottom. And I was like, wow, this sucks, because I also had very skinny friends who were like, I need a size 2 or a
That's
4
what it is.
or a
Like
6.
when you're,
and then I'm like, I need a 12, and I'm short. So yeah. And like I feel like,
and it makes you feel more self-conscious, because again, like you are a 12, which isn't, you're mid-size at best, and then you're staying next to a girl that's like I said, my friend was like 5'10" and
mine
like
too.
a size 4.
She was like 5'9". She was like
I don't even know if she was a 4, to be honest. And then I had the girl, other close friends of mine were very tiny, but then there were girls that were not super tiny, but they were not mid-size either. So
so
it does play a role. It does play a little part in your.
Yeah, and then I remember too, when I was in college, we were in the fashion program. Mm-hmm. So obviously everyone had to like measure themselves, because we would make things specific to our body. And so I measured myself, and my friend, who is also 5'10", because she's taller, she looks skinnier, she appears smaller. Mm-hmm. And so we were taking our measurements. Turns out we have the same measurements, and she looks at me and she goes, oh, I can't believe we have the same measurements. I'm like, is that supposed to be a bad thing? Are you calling me fat? Like, just because I have a different body than you. Like, you don't need to judge me for it.
Right,
You know? Like, okay. Yes.
Yeah, no.
Yes, we have different bodies. Sorry, I look different because I'm 5'2", and have the same measurements as you.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if I got on a scale too, we could weigh the same. Yeah. Or I could weigh significantly less than you because I'm shorter, but I'm still just as curvy. Like I was
always like shocked by that. Like when a girl would say, I remember in high school, this one girl, she was a thin girl, and I remember she said, she goes, oh, well, I'm like 140 pounds. And I was like, 140 pounds? How could she be 140 pounds? But then at that age, you're not taking into consideration, well, she's like 5'10". So of course she's going to be, but you don't think like that. You just hear the 140 pounds and go, how is that possible?
I hated when they would make us do that stuff in gym class, when I would be sitting on the floor and they'd be like, all right, write down how much you weigh. And then write down how tall you are. And then this is where you're, in your BMI chart, this is where you're supposed to be. It was like one whole hour of shaming. Yeah. And then everyone's like, what do you weigh? How much do you weigh? What do you, like, how tall are you? Oh my God, that's a lot.
Right.
Like, I'm having PTSD, I think.
Maybe we should move on to the next one then. So overall, though, I think, going back to the initial thing, I don't think plus size is a bad term.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Because it's like you said, it's a way of finding, like, it's using the resources to find what you need, like when shopping.
Yeah. I don't really get insulted, like, if people were to be like, oh, well, you have a fat ass. Well, yeah, thank you. You're not pointing out something that I don't know. Like, those things don't really insult me.
I would like to get to that point in my life. I don't want to find, like, I don't want to be insulted by, like, the things people say, because people say things and I always take it to heart.
Yeah. Listen, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, again, being in high school, like, I probably would not have been, like, really, there was a girl that made a comment in high school.
About what?
So, I don't know. She made a whale comment, and that was fine. And I wasn't, so please. So, she knows who she is. No, I'm just kidding. Believe me, she don't watch this. But she did make the comment, and at the time it really bothered me. But
that would bother anyone, I think. If someone said that to me, did she claim herself as a friend?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, we were not friendly.
Worse, yeah.
We were not friendly.
So she used it to hurt you.
Yeah. Which is fine. It was okay. I was like, it is what it is. I really, honestly, it bothered me that she said it and I was angry, but I wasn't hurt because she said it. I was more angry, like, really? You're going to call me a whale? You know what I mean? So, like, but that, yeah, it does do something. But now, 20 years later, I think I don't know. Like, it just, I'm like, whatever. You're not telling me something. I wouldn't call someone a whale. That's terrible. Don't do that. But
you don't think you would find offense
if someone
to
said
it,
you have a fat ass, I'd be like, yes, thank you. I do.
Thank you. I worked hard on it.
Yeah.
Just say.
I put a lot of work into this fat ass.
Yeah.
But it doesn't bother me. Like, even I know there's girls that still don't, they're like, oh, I don't like the word fat. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Everyone's entitled to their own. It doesn't really bother me.
I don't think I love it.
No.
I don't love the word fat. I don't love to hear it. I don't love to hear anyone calling anyone fat.
No, yeah.
Like, I think,
but I don't get like overly emotionally upset about it. That's what I'm saying.
So.
Like, I'm like, meh.
Yeah.
I don't know. But like, if someone said you're ugly, that would bother me more.
Really?
Yeah. That would bother me more than someone saying that I'm fat.
I think they would both bother me a lot.
I don't want anyone to call me ugly. That's terrible.
Yeah.
So this says, what should you call a plus size woman? A full figured woman. I don't want to be called full figured. I think that is so old fashioned.
It is.
Full figured? I don't like
it.
So what do you think? Do you have a guess on what people were saying that they said?
Well, I know you mentioned curvy before.
Yeah.
Which we are the Curvy Bridal Boutique. Yes.
Yes.
I'm okay with the curvy term too. But I don't think, like, we need to rule out plus size because we have other terms.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. I think that's what people are looking up.
What's the next one?
Well, it says voluptuous.
Voluptuous.
Is used to describe someone who is attractive and curvy. Marilyn Monroe was known for her voluptuous figure. Okay. Again, mid-size, no? Was Marilyn really plus size?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think
I'm going with no.
That's
beautiful woman. I would never.
Wasn't she like a size 10, 8?
I feel like someone said she was a 16, but I'm not buying that.
I need to look this up.
Yeah, look it up. I was looking to see if they had another question here. These are all very good. I'm not gonna lie. What is good size for a girl? Who asked these
good
questions?
Size for a girl?
Yeah. The best size for a female says 36, 24, 36. I think that's what's his name said in the song.
Wait, what is that?
36, 24, 36.
That's so tiny.
24 is tiny.
I'm like a 32 right now. 34-ish. My God.
Isn't that the... Okay, maybe not.
It is the lyric.
It is the lyric.
It is in Drake's song. I don't know which song, but...
This is interesting. It says, how can a plus-size girl be attractive? 27 amazing style tips for plus-size women. This might be a decent one, actually, because it basically says to accept your body, embrace your belly and thighs. That's the banana nuts we were talking about before. Join a plus-size community like in size. Okay, so I'm going to agree with this because I feel like surrounding yourself with other positive plus-size people is going to make you feel better about yourself. What do you think?
1,000%.
Yeah, I think that if you surround yourself with people that are
putting you down,
that's not going to make you feel better about yourself. It's actually going to weigh on your mind, and it's going to not make you feel confident. It's going to make you feel worse. That's just my 2 cents. So I think that this so far is a great little list, joining a plus size community like in size. And you don't even necessarily have to join a plus size community. I am on Instagram and I follow all these like amazing influencers like Tess Holiday. She's amazing. Who else? That Glitter and Lasers is great. Diana Dares has like some of the best clothes. I don't even know how that girl makes her, like she just has the cutest little outfits all the time. Who else? Curves, there's another one. Curves and Curl. What are you reading that you're so like...
Marilyn Monroe was not anywhere near 12 to 16.
They did say she, but maybe her tush. She had a tush. Maybe at one time she was. Maybe size.
She was different. The 34, 24, 34.
Oh. Maybe. We'll have to look it up.
And someone called her fat.
See?
And she had the same dimensions. She called her fat and they had the same measurements.
Wow. See, people see everybody different.
Yeah.
That's why it's hard. Like, and I get that when people say they have, like, the body dysmorphia and stuff, like, I understand it.
She had a 22-inch waist.
That's tiny.
That is not a size 12, 16.
No.
Kim Kardashian had to lose a lot of weight to fit into her dress.
Yeah.
And look how tiny she is.
Well, listen, I'm sure she at one time, maybe this is at one time.
I don't know. I
mean, I don't know.
Oh, and she wasn't blonde.
Yeah, she had brown hair. Did you ever watch? Don't you know her real name?
No, I don't actually.
Marilyn Monroe's not her real name. It's hey, what are you doing, dude?
Norma Jean.
Norma Jean. Yeah,
Aww.
that's her. That was her real name.
I love that. Well, I mean, I don't think we need to be comparing ourselves to anybody.
I don't think so either. But Marilyn Monroe.
This is just wild to me that, you know, they see this beautiful woman who has beautiful curves, a beautiful figure, and they're like, she's plus size. She's 16. Really? In what world?
Yeah.
This is like an average, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I'd be okay if I looked like Marilyn Monroe. I'm okay now, but I wouldn't.
You are
bother
very
me.
okay. You're like, I love myself every day.
There was a mom in here the other day, and she was laughing because I was like, I don't care. I'm over it. I'm gonna wear what I want. So.
Really? Oh, do I know about this? A mom came in?
I think you were here. No. She was very sweet woman. And we were talking, and
I don't think I was there for that.
She was like, I think that what you do here is amazing, and you have all these dresses and stuff like that. And I was like, listen, you know what? The bottom line is that you have to be comfortable and you wear what you want to wear. If it makes you feel good, wear it. And she was like, I love that. I was like, I'm gonna wear these little dresses and whatever I want, and that is just it. And if you don't like it, then you don't have to hang out with me.
Freaking short. Life
you don't
is
have to hang out with me. It's fine.
Life is too short to be worried about what everyone's going to say about you and, you know, worrying about, oh, can I wear this? Or is this going to, like, come across as, like, you know, offensive to people because they don't think I should be wearing it? Screw them.
I love that. How can a plus-size woman look hot?
Please.
Well,
you are hot.
This is so funny because it says to dress sexy, if you're a larger woman, first look for tops with structure or padding in the chest and which fit the body closely without hugging the skin. For a flatter midsection, try tops, skirts, and dresses with cinched waistlines to show off your natural hourglass shape.
I mean, that's true. If you want to show off an hourglass shape, you have to cinch it in the waist.
Yeah.
I don't care what size you are, what shape you are. If you cinch it in at the waist, you're going to achieve that hourglass
I think,
look.
Honestly, again, to look sexy is a mindset. It's not, I think it just depends on how you feel. If you feel sexy, you're going to come across as sexy.
100%. Yeah. Because while scrolling on our Instagram account, our Instagram feed, I love that it's all these women, plus size women, like half naked, their asses out, and I'm like, she's fucking hot. Like, I'm sorry, I don't go that way, but she's hot.
Yeah.
Like. And
go that way.
There's nothing wrong with but it's true because you could be that size and you could be like cowering and like not showing yourself off, and then there's this woman who's like, look at my ass, it's huge and I love it, and you know I'm gonna rock it, and
I love
two
it.
completely opposite ends of the spectrum. Just
based
on personality.
To look and feel sexy is definitely a mindset.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, you know, again, like you could put on a little black dress and feel sexy in it, and that's just it. But you have to feel it. Yeah. If you don't feel it, other people won't see it, unfortunately. But that's
you have to keep telling yourself, like, this is, I'm hot. And that's you. You walk around, I'm hot.
I do say that.
Every day.
I do say that. I'm hot.
It's true.
It's very, again, like, it's not like I'm not home in the mirror being like, I'm hot, but kind of.
You should be.
In my own personal way, I do it. Yeah. So, like, things like selfies and stuff like that make me feel better, but you don't see me posting a ton of selfies.
I don't really know what makes me feel hot.
But yeah, like, I just feel like you have to do stuff like that for yourself. So whatever makes you feel sexy is what you need to do. So you gotta find that.
Yeah. I don't know what makes me feel sexy, though.
Well, you gotta figure it out.
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
You'll figure it out.
I think it's like, honestly, I feel my most sexy when I'm, well, not really sexy, but like I love myself when I put on my professional clothes to come into work.
Wait, I'm sorry. This says, is size 16 fat? I swear to God. It really depends on the body shape. Yes, a size 16, 5'7" girl will look fat with a large stomach and hidden waist, but on the other hand, with a flatter stomach, defined waist, large hips, and bust, she will look more in proportion and curvy rather than just plain old fat.
Plain old
fat.
When were these written, though?
No, so these are things that people, it's like frequently asked questions that people ask Google.
Oh.
Yeah, and then they answer them in like blogs and like all sorts of stuff.
God.
Like it could be something from Reddit.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, these are great. These are like really great. It says, contrary to okay, what is the difference between curvy and plus size? Contrary to popular belief, you can be plus size and not be curvy. It's all about your body dimensions and how you identify. Huh.
I mean,
bodies that do not have difference
between
between the bust, waist, and hip measurements are not considered curvy.
What about what?
So bodies that do not have difference between the bust, waist, and hip.
I have to agree with that.
I mean, yeah, I get that. I understand that. Which is why curvy is not an industry standard term.
Exactly. Going back to that.
Because not everyone is curvy.
Not everyone's
you
curvy.
Can be
so plus size is an industry term because that's what you're looking for. That's what you're typing in when you're looking for sizes that are. It's not going to be like, let me type in curvy, because you could have bust, waist, hip measurements that are the same.
Yes, we've had plenty girls come in here.
Oh, yeah.
So it's all
and they're
really
beautiful.
Knowing
it's not about
what your body type is. So, for example, let's touch on that really quick. So your body types are, I'm going to type it in. So where are we at? Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, good. So if you're, for example, an apple, if nobody knows what an apple body shape is, do you want to explain what an apple body shape is?
I mean, it's basically what we just said, where like your waist measurement is close to or larger than your, hip and bust measurement.
So you're carrying more of your weight in your midsection.
Yeah, stomach area.
So there isn't much difference between your this whole section is where you carry your weight. That's like apples. Pear-shaped girls are hippie with not a bust. So you would have basically very smaller boobs, a waist, and then your hips would be larger. So that's a very common one. Rectangle is basically what it is. It's straight. Your bust, waist, and bust, waist, and hip. I went into bridal mode. Those are straight, so they'd all be like the same measurement. Mm-hmm. And then what's the last one? Oh, hourglass. Mm-hmm. Hourglass is you have boobs, you have a smaller waist,
same
and you have
measurement,
a butt.
or it's very similar.
Your bust and your waist are similar, or you could still have bigger hips or bigger boobs, but your waist is considerably smaller than those two together.
It's not like your waist and your chest measurement are the same.
Exactly. So I know a lot of girls come in here and they're like, oh, I don't know my body shape. But that's really, those are really the most common. Did we miss it? Oh, the triangle too. Is when
inverted triangle?
Yeah, when you're larger on top and then you have really tiny. No hip, no legs. Mm-hmm. Like your thighs and legs are smaller, and then but you have a bigger bust, and that's exactly what it is.
An inverted triangle.
Triangle. And we have to tell them.
And there are ways to style for each of them. And that's like one of the major things I learned when going to fashion school was how to design and style for each different body type. Actually, I remember watching a Project Runway episode, and the contestants were all given a client, and they all had a different body type.
Oh, nice.
And it was like, are you a good designer for everyone, or just a good designer for a model, that model type? So, and it was a great indication of like who was capable of being out there in the real world. And then it got so nasty because, again, this is back in the day, like early 2000s, and they're like, they gave this one, she has a perfect shape, and I could have designed something good for her, and they gave me this like fat girl over here. Like, they were getting nasty.
Wow.
I can't believe you didn't watch that episode. If anyone has watched that episode, it stuck with me because I was like, oh my God.
Obviously it didn't stick with me.
Because if you're going into fashion, you have to be able to design for everybody.
Right.
I mean, I guess you don't have to. You can
but I
cater
just
to
feel
a
like
certain
nowadays,
person,
I feel like it's coming to a point where everyone is making sizes for all sizes. So
yeah.
I think the most important thing about knowing your silhouette and like dressing for it is to just keep the balance. Like if you're not really sure,
yeah.
So like if you are
inverted triangle,
right? If you are an inverted triangle or the pear shape, the whole thing is if wherever you're bigger, it's to balance out the other part of that so that it gives the illusion of the hourglass shape.
So for like, I mean, if we're talking bridal, an inverted triangle would look phenomenal in something that was, you know, cinched at the waist and then poofs out on the bottom like an A-line or a ball gown, because then you have that tiny waist and it gives you that hourglass.
Yes. But you have to be careful too, because if you are with the inverted triangle, if you're broader on top, then you start putting stuff like sleeves off the shoulders. Now you can make yourself look more broader, which is the exact opposite of what you're trying to do. So you have to balance that simple, very simple, like spaghetti straps or strapless, nothing to draw attention to the top, because now you're just throwing off the balance. That's all about clothing.
Should we go down the line and talk about all the body types, what we would recommend?
Oh, sure.
So, okay, we did inverted triangle.
We did so then the pear is basically the same. You're doing the opposite of the triangle.
Opposite, yeah.
So if you're pear shaped, that means that you are, what did we say? Oh, the pear is bigger on the bottom, smaller on the top. So now, you want to do...
You tell me what you would suggest.
For pears, so I would do like off the shoulder, because you want to make this, Or you could do a sleeve. Listen, at the end of the day, you can do whatever you want. We're not saying these aren't like strict rules, but if it's all about balance. So these are the things that should look best on that body type.
Yeah, I love it. And I love like for pear to do like that off the shoulder with like that, like either very sheath, like lay close to the body, or like super, you know, fitted. Because then you're balancing it out and you're showing off their curves still.
Exactly.
I like that. But you could still do something that's A-line and just add more up top, you know.
Apple shapes are probably a little bit more difficult because you're trying to, it's rounder in the middle. So for apple shapes, I would say... Apple shapes are hard because I feel like a lot of people immediately are like, oh, I need like an empire, and that doesn't always look good. You should try.
Can I say I don't like empires?
I'm not a big empire. We don't actually have a ton of them, and we don't have really any.
We don't have any.
We don't really make them that much anymore. Not for us.
I don't like them. I've probably mentioned it on the podcast before. I just also have PTSD from when I was a kid, where I would get those like those shirts that were like all the way up top and like ruffled. I even have a shirt that's kind of still like that, but I try to wear it like lower.
That. It has to be the right shirt though.
Yeah, it has to be the right shirt. Yeah. But I remember I would wear it and my dad would be like, you need to stop wearing that because you look like you're trying to hide something.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, thank you.
Right. You were like, that's enough of that.
Yeah, we're done with this conversation. But yeah, so
I think
no empire.
I think for apples, the best thing to do, honestly, for my opinion, is to do something that doesn't have a break.
So style lines are so important too. We don't realize, but the seams and the way that the dress is constructed is so important to the way the dress looks as a whole, and people don't know it.
Well, people don't know it because they're not educated in that way. But here's the thing: when you put on a dress and you're like, "Oh God, I don't like this," it could be because of the way the seams are cut.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily. I mean, sometimes it is
another reason why you have
the
a
fabric
stylist
or whatever it is. But that is why we have stylists, and that is a huge reason why we say, please let us pull.
Yeah.
Because we know when you come in, your stylist, no matter what store you go to, knows what your body type you are the minute you go inside dressing room. If you're wearing a big sweatshirt, clearly we don't know until we can get an idea of what you are. But we know what's going to look best on you.
Yep.
So we're going to say, let's pull this, let's pull this. At the end of the day, again, you can buy whatever you want to choose or whatever it is. But when your family goes and starts pulling 1,000 dresses, they could be pulling, again, like, if you're an apple shape and they're pulling dresses that are cutting you here, and we're like, okay, that she's not going to love that. And the bride keeps saying, I don't like these dresses, and your family keeps pulling the same exact dresses. So people don't realize that we actually do know what we're doing. We do this for a living.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't like, flipping. I'm not going to say it.
Well, you practically did. You might as well finish the sentence.
I'm not saying it.
No, it's true though. Like, we have constantly, and then the parents or the mom is like, well, why won't you let me look? okay, show me what you like, and then I'll go show the bride, and she's like, absolutely not. She'll be like, I'll try it on just to appease them, and at that point you're wasting your daughter's time because she wants to try on dresses that actually look good on her.
And we only have 90 minutes. So if your family's pulling like 30 dresses for you, and we already know that these 30 dresses are not anything that's close to what you're asking for,
such a waste
it presents
of time.
An issue, because it is literally a waste of time. We can't pull you anything that we know that you could potentially like, because your family is flooding the floor and we're pulling all these dresses. So, you know, again, it's nothing against the family. It's just like, let us do our job so that you guys
so
can
that we
sit
can
and
help
relax
you.
and enjoy it, so you actually get a productive bridal appointment.
I know it's like tempting though when you go into a store, you're like, oh, this is pretty, this is pretty, but trust your stylist, and you know, go to a place that you know you can trust the stylist, where they hire educated people who know what they're doing, because that's so crucial. That can make or break your experience.
It can.
And make or break finding the dress.
Yeah.
Usually you should only really you talk to your stylist, tell them exactly what you want, exactly the type of applique, the type of lace, the type of this, that, and already in my head I'll have 5 styles that could potentially be it, because they're everything that you're talking about, and it's just those 5 or 6, 7 maybe styles, and then if we go from there.
And there's other dresses in the store that will work for what you're looking for, but we still need to, you know, be able to pull all that we need to do.
And not waste time with, like, you know,
otherwise it's just a waste. And I think I have to say, I think that's a big reason why girls are in the back and they're like, I'm very overwhelmed.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, because you are trying on dresses that we know that you have no intention of buying. So we'll pull different styles for you, just to make sure that you can see. Like, you know, different silhouettes and stuff like that.
If it's your first appointment, I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to pull different silhouettes for you. You don't even have to try it on. I recommend trying it on just to rule it out. If you're like, you know, I don't want you walking out of here with dress regret. So I want you to be able to say, I tried on everything and I'm very happy with my decision. So the last thing we want is dress regret. That's why we do that. But you don't have to try. If you're like, I know I don't want a fitted dress, you don't even have to try it on.
You don't have to try it on.
Yeah.
But if your family keeps pulling fitted dresses for you, and you've already said I don't like fitted dresses, then it's just a waste. And then like I said before, it's not productive.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to find, and you're going to get overwhelmed, and you're going to get frustrated.
I need to get out of this dress, and I need to make another appointment to come back.
Right.
And then, I mean, it just, no one wants that in a situation. Like, you trekked all the way out here to come look at dresses. You don't want to leave here feeling like, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed. I can't breathe. Like, I just need to get into regular clothes. So if you're a family member, or like, brace your family members and tell them, listen, just sit down, relax, let them do their job. So I want to see what they pull.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, the whole styling experience should be a fun one. So let's not frustrate.
I mean, I did the same thing when looking for my dress, though. Like, I pretty much had an idea in my head of what I wanted, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna say the things I think I like, the things I want, and let them decide for me.
Right.
And I was like, I just want to see what they say. I even told both my moms, my mom and my mother-in-law, I was like, don't say anything. I just want to tell them, like, my vibe, what the venue's looking like. I'm not going to tell them what I'm already looking at. I just want to see, based on what I tell them, what they pull.
Right.
And that was the best way to go about it, because every single one was a hit. I was like, well, this is great.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what's happening. I keep yawning. I was doing all that reading before.
I know. I was yawning while you were reading.
And it's like nap time.
Well, we did say we're very tired today. It was a long weekend. I'll just say that. We'll leave it there.
I don't even want to talk about the weekend.
We're not talking about the weekend.
What a shit show.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the weekend.
We're not talking about it, but we're talking about it, telling you that it was a shit show.
It was a rough time.
It was a rough weekend. But
just like...
Lots of happy brides, though. We had lots.
Oh my God!
Tons of happy brides. This weekend was very busy. Lots of happy brides, but then we had some hiccups, and that's okay too.
We do have like really a lot of fun things coming.
Yeah.
We can't talk about it yet, but if you stay tuned,
yes,
you have to stay tuned, because we have a lot of fun stuff coming.
And on that note, I need a pillow and a blanket.
Are we going home early?
And my PB&J. Are we going home early?
I don't know. You're the boss.
I have to do orders. You can go home early.
Oh.
No, she can't.
All right, everyone. With Curinne.
Just keep me company. So, I guess we'll see you next week. Get the hell out of here.
Bye. Bye.